China's solar exports have reached a new high as countries grapple with the unfolding energy crisis. Solar product exports, including panels, cells and wafers, doubled in a month, reaching 68 gigawatts in March. That's equivalent to Spain's entire solar capacity, and it beats the previous record set in August 2025 by almost 50%. The data analysed by energy think tank Amos found that the regions most affected by the energy crisis have seen some of the sharpest increases in demand for solar imports. 50 countries set records for Chinese solar imports in March. Chinese exports to Africa rose by 176% compared with the month before, while exports to Asia doubled. Clean tech can help countries become more resilient. Looking at the sector more widely, China's exports of solar, batteries and electric vehicles were up 70% on the previous March. Amos' latest global electricity review showed that the record growth in solar generation in 2025 was more than the amount of electricity that could be generated from all the LNG exports passing through the Strait of Hormuz last year. And the International Energy Agency found that the annual growth rate of global energy demand slowed last year to 1.3%. That's down from 2% in 2024. It's due to lower economic growth and a rapid uptake of more efficient technologies. Now, growth in global energy-related CO2 emissions also slowed, rising by around 0.4%. China's emissions declined amid a surge in renewables and other low-emission technologies. India's were flat. And for the first time since the 1990s, emissions from advanced economies grew faster than those from emerging and developing ones. Well, let's get more on this. Amos Wemanya is a senior advisor on renewable energy and the just transition at Power Shift Africa, a think tank on working on climate change. Amos, welcome to the programme. I want to start on those emissions from advanced economies rising more than developing ones. What's your take on that?
Yeah, look, when developed countries were debating about energy transition, others, especially China, they were not just talking about it, they were building it. They were investing in renewable energy development and deployment. And this actually is confirmed by the IEA. This is what is leading to slowing emissions in developing countries. We have seen a big shift where China right now controls about 80% of the world's supplies of solar cells and 70% to wind turbines. These investments have actually also been shown domestically. China has installed a capacity of 1,600 gigawatts of solar and wind combined. This is also happening with countries such as African countries moving away from an energy system that is vulnerable to energy system that is resilient and guarantees economic sovereignty. So it is clear that it is not just about rhetoric. It's more about the investments that are going into the energy of the future. We are seeing two emerging energy pathways. We have one pathway that is a petrostate model, increasing investments in oil and gas led by countries such as the US, and another model that is an electrostate model that is about increasing renewable energy development and deployment and electrification led by China. These two models present different opportunities and challenges. And for developing countries, it is clear it cannot lock itself into an energy model that is volatile to price shocks, that has supply challenges. But it is leaning towards an energy model that provides resilience to the economies, that provides energy sovereignty to the people. And that's an electrostate model led by China.
Amos, I just also want to ask you about what the IEA has been saying. They're saying biggest energy security threat in history. How do you assess the energy crisis?
Yeah, we have seen traditional dependence on fossil fuels become vulnerable and becoming a risk. actually what this energy crisis is telling us is that it is exposing us to weaknesses. And the biggest weakness is dependence on fossil fuels. Actually, dependence on energy imports has exposed many economies to challenges. We are seeing rising prices of energy. This is translating into cost of living changes. There is high cost of living that is aligned with this shift in supply. So countries are now rethinking their energy systems. They are looking at energy systems that are diversified, that are domestic, that are decentralized. Energy systems that are powered by renewables, that guarantee resilience, that cushion them from geopolitical shocks.
Amos Wemanya, thank you so much for your insights. Senior Advisor on Renewable Energy at Power Shift Africa. And back to you, Jeff.